What up? It is Hab Sauce. I'm going to talk about Marc Bergevin real quick, really briefly. Just going to talk about how much of an awesome GM he is and all the good he's done for the Habs and, what we're going to see down the road. I'm really stoked. I'm really pumped up. And I kind of just want to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to keep this quick because if I keep it too long, I'm going to be all over the place. And even now, I feel all over the place. So I'm just going to try to keep this quick. But yeah, so in short, Bergevin took a team that he acquired 2013, and he spent 2013, 2014, 2015, and 20. I say 2013, 2014, 2015 trying to win with the core he acquired. Desharnais, the Gallagher, Gianta, all those guys, Price and Subban. Spent 3 years, 2013, 2014, 2015, trying to win with that core. He threw in a couple patch pieces, Dale Weiss, Danny Briere, Parental, Jeff Petrie, which ended up being a long-term thing for us, which is a freaking steal. And then 2016 happened, and that was a shit show. So he started slowly, tearing apart the team. I can't even remember who the hell was on that roster, but we ended up getting Philip Deneau for Fleischmann and Weiss, which was incredible. And then 2017, so that was a big year too. We traded PK for Shea Weber. And to me, that was like the last Hail Mary with the current core. So for the first 3 years, it was pretty much Pierre Gauthier and Bob Gainey's team with a little bit of sprinkle sauce from Bergevin. 2016, that's when he started slowly revamping the team. Took out a couple, added in a couple guys. And then 2017, he obviously made the big PK for Shea move. He got Andrew Shaw as well. And it was kind of like a split at that point. It was half Bergevin's team, half of Peter Gauthier and Bob Gainey's team. It was a half-half. And then we obviously didn't do much in 2017. Won the division, yes, but lost in the first freaking round. And then 2018 happened, and that was just embarrassing. That was just god-awful, right? Price was garbage. The team was crap. Everything was crap. But that was the last year, in my opinion, that Bergevin was holding on to the old core. Because that's when the following season, 2019, which was last season, that was pretty much, all Bergevin guys. We had, besides Gallagher, who was already with the team, besides Price, and besides Lehkonen, who was already drafted. Well, no, Lehkonen was part of Bergevin's draft. So, yeah, it was pretty much just Gallagher and Price. Correct me if I'm wrong. And, that's when we started to see new guys like Drouin. We saw Armia, Domi, Mete was one of the new drafts that we got. Who else? Pretty much the whole team you see now. Tatar. Yeah, anyways, my point to Nate Thompson, not that Nate Thompson's a game changer, my whole point is the whole roster we saw last year and even into this year, it's pretty much a full-on Bergevin team. So if you want to compartmentalize it, from 2013 to 2015, it was pretty much Bob Gainey's team, Pierre Gauthier's team. It was kind of just patchwork. 2016, 2017 is when he started to kind of split it, with Radulov and Weber and Shaw. Like I said, it was a half Bergevin team, half Bob Gainey team. And then 2018, obviously shit show. That's when everything fell apart, and we're at the freaking bottom. And then last season is when it went full Bergevin mode. And, I'm talking not even with the team itself, the roster, but all of a sudden our prospect pool is looking great. All of a sudden we're really valuing draft picks. We're not giving those away. Our drafting looks to be a little bit better, and we're just killing the trades and whatnot. So 2019 and 2020, this year now, those are in my opinion, the only two real Bergevin seasons. And, since last year, this team has looked remarkable. Yeah, we missed the playoffs last year, but it was by a point or some shit. And that whole conference was just so competitive. And not to excuse them for missing it, obviously, no excuses, but you want to see improvement, right? You don't want to. It's unrealistic to expect a cup after a abysmal 2018 season, right? So the whole turnaround from 2018 2019 was just unbelievable. What Bergevin was able to pull off with getting Armia and Domi and Tatar, and then adding in Suzuki the following season. This year now, we're looking a lot better. So that's my take on it. So that's why I'll say this whole "it's been 7 years" shit is just the stupidest argument in the world, because nobody ever uses context. Nobody ever, kind of explains, okay, well, maybe this is why. This is kind of what Bergevin was doing, what he was thinking, right? It was spent most of it trying to win with an old core, a couple years trying to win with a split, and now he's finally put his stamp on it. And we'll see what happens. But we're looking good, and I'm excited. I mean, our prospect pool is probably top 5 easily in the NHL right now. I think, anyways. I mean, maybe Suzuki and Paling, them coming full time, maybe it's a little depleted. But we still have a ton of picks coming our way in the next, year or so, whatever. Our core is, pretty solid. I think our oldest guy is Shea at 34. We got Jeff, maybe 33 or something at Price 32, and we got Byron at 31 or whatever. But a ton of guys in their mid-20s, like Domi's 23, I think. Duran's 24, 25. We got Armia 25, 26. Lehkonen is, I think, 24. And then we got a lot of young guys like Suzuki and Mete and Cale Fleury. We'll see how he turns out. And Kokaniemi, obviously. Then we got Romanov hopefully coming over next year. Norlinder could surprise people. I'm not expecting anything, but you never freaking know, man. I thought Suzuki was going to be a bust. I really did. I was not big on Suzuki just because I didn't... He wasn't a hustler out there, and that's just my first thing. If the guy doesn't, dog it, like a Gallagher or a Domi, it's just an automatic, I don't know if he'll turn out. So that was my reasoning for why I think he'd be not as good as, people expected it, but he's proved me freaking wrong, and I'm happy. So, yeah, all those guys, man. It's a really good blend of age, and let's not even get into our cap, man. Our cap situation and how he handles our cap. People want to talk shit. Oh, you should have signed it. Should have used it on Anders Lee. You have to use that cap. He'll never do it, etc. There's a time and a place, man. You don't want to fucking sign Radulov. And that's one of the big things, man. I see a couple of guys in particular, and I know who they are. You know who you are, too. Talking about, should have used that money on Radulov. Would have been way better with Radulov. Yeah, we probably would have, but... Would you rather have Radulov and not Domi? Because Domi's got to get re-signed next year. Mete, I'm pretty sure has to be. Well, Mete was re-signed, I think. I don't know if he was re-signed. I have no idea. But point is, Domi, we have guys coming up on our roster that I'd way rather over Radulov, and we need money for those guys. So, anyways, just to add to that, yeah, Bergevin has handled our cap tremendously. We're going to use it eventually, but, if it's not the right time, you don't use it. That's just spending it for the sake of spending is the stupidest shit in the world. So I'm really happy with the position we're in. I mean, like I said, we got a really good blend of vets who are fucking good. They're not just vets. I mean, besides Nate Thompson, okay, he was probably the oldest star. Besides Nate Thompson, yeah, like I said, Shea and Price and Jeff Petrie, those are our old guys, but at the same time, they're arguably our best players. So, fuck, man, every team needs that too. For the guys that want to trade Price and Weber, man, for youth, who the fuck is going to lead the team if that's the case? Who? You can't ice a team of 22-year-olds with no freaking veteran leadership at all. And Nate Thompson doesn't count. You want your vets to be fucking power horses. It's unbelievable. I don't understand why people want to trade those two, and for whatever reason would think that Caden Primo can step up and do what Carey Price does on day in and day out. Not gonna happen. So I think it's perfect. Jeff, Shea, and Pricey, and then you have a good blend of middle-aged guys, 26, 27, 25, and then a whole brand new wave of young kids like Primo and Suzuki, KK, etc. So I'm excited. I think it's good. I don't think the arguments against Bergevin are solid ones at all. I'm open for opinions. I'm open for debates, but so far I haven't really seen any good ones besides. It's been 7 years, no playoffs, blah, 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 which again, there's no context. Buddy, it's just a flawed argument, in my opinion. So we'll see how they do this year, man. They're looking good. I think we should take advantage of the fact the Atlantic is kind of struggling. I wouldn't call them weak. I'm not going to call Florida and Tampa Bay and Toronto weak because they're not in the playoffs right now. They're still very, very good teams, and they could figure it out at any point in time. Toronto could get hot at any point in time, and that terrifies me because they're a fucking good team. Same with Tampa Bay and Florida. Florida's always in the mix. So, and then you got the Metro as well, man. Metro is extremely competitive. I don't even know if the Atlantic will have any wildcard spots this year. So we'll see how they do this year. Even if they do not make the playoffs, I'm not going to be against Bergevin's head. I think, again, let the team build. Let the team build. We're finally doing that. We're finally building for the future. We're finally trying to contend now at the same time, which is, again, it's a unique situation Bergevin's in. Because we're not contending, but we're not rebuilding. We're in the middle. We're trying to contend now because you have Price, you have Shea Weber. You have to. But at the same time, we're trying to also build for the future as well. So it's that balance. Trying to do as best you can now without sacrificing the future. So it's a really You know, it might take a little longer than people hope for. Like I said, we might not even make the playoffs this year. It might take till next year. But like I said, we're going to be better off in the long run if we stick to this. So all credit goes to Bergevin for that. I think I'm going to end it at this. That's pretty much it. I think we got a really good hockey team thanks to Bergevin. He's built a very good culture here. I'm not sure if it's going to be Julien or Ducharme or Bouchard or whoever the hell after that ends up taking us to a cup, but I do really believe that, you know, this core team can win a Stanley Cup and will win a Stanley Cup. Because I just think Carey Price is just that good. And if you just give him enough, I don't mean, you know, a Tampa Bay level quantity or quality, whatever, of talent and players, but I think if you give Carey Price enough to work with, which I think we definitely have right now, and we're going to get better, I think that's all it's going to take. You get this team in the playoffs, man, they're dogs. Everyone can play a two-way game. It's impressive. Everyone hustles. They skate. They're fast, quick. They all trust each other. You can tell the chemistry is really strong in that group. So, fuck, if they make the playoffs, man, sky's the limit this year, next year, whenever. But, yeah, I just think Bergevin's done a fantastic job. I'm excited for what's to come. Who gives a shit about the freaking 7-year crap? Because, like I said, no contact. The argument sucks. So, that said, we'll see how many people I piss off with this. Bergevin's the best. Peace out.